everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. So for this one, it's going to be some, I don't want to say big, but just more of an update for the Hasbro side of Beyblade Burst Rise. I'm sure you've seen already most of my videos on it. I've done the Apocalypse Blade set, the Vortex Climb, single reviews of Myth Odux and Royal Genesis, so I'm going to mention that right now. I'm going to try my best to leave it all linked in the description if you want to check that out, but we're going to be talking about something I'm sure a lot of people weren't expecting, which is Slingshock. So very in the same vein how in Turbo there was all this Slingshock, and then after they did Switch Strike, there's like Beyblade Burst Turbo Switch Strike. This time around, it's Beyblade Burst Rise Hypersphere and also Beyblade Burst Rise Slingshock. I do want to say right off the bat, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. For the parts of the models where I actually showcase this in the video, this was assisted by Cypress, so a huge thanks to Cypress for all the assistance. I'm a little bit excited to get into this, so we'll first go over the big stuff, and then after we'll go through the rest. I didn't find one which I'll just show right away, which is honestly, if I got 3 out of 4, I think that's good enough for me. But there's also another one, which is BSS Walborg. It's Slingshock, by the way. It's Slingshock along with Driger Fang, or whatever they're gonna nickname it to. This one is, what is this called again? Crystal Dronzer F. That has Tower Slingshock and, okay, I'm pretty sure it has 4? I can't remember right now. I think it's 4 Tower Slingshock. Let's go over the ones where it actually has pictures for the rest of them, where we can actually take a good look at it. Let's go over this one. This one is Guard Dracil. So keep in mind, these bays are just like recolors. Just because it has an alternative name doesn't mean anything. They're just recolors with Slingshock parts. So this one for Dracil, nice red recolor. Sure, cool. Let's go over the packaging now. So this actually does come with a good tip for Slingshock, unless I'm wrong. I do believe Atomic Slingshock is solid, unless I'm wrong. I believe it has one, is that 1 dash? Let me just double check. Is that 1 dash on there? Or is that just 1? That might just be 1. Maybe I just made the mistake. Yeah, but it does have Atomic Slingshock. It looks nice. Guard Dracil. Pretty cool. We're gonna move over to the next one. So let's go over to the back of the packaging. So obviously there we can go over the stats. We have the stats as 4 in power and 2 in speed, and then after you got all the little stats for the rest, Guard Dracil S. Sure, you know, like I said, it's a cool red recolor, nothing really else to say there. Next up, I believe, is this Phantom Driger S, I'm pretty sure? Let me see, yeah, Phantom Driger S. D47 TB12-S, I believe it's Zeta Slingshot. So Zeta Slingshot, cool, you get like a nice blue recolor of it, you get the 2 disc, and you get like a yellow themed Driger. I don't know if that's I don't know if these colors are in reference to anything, I'm assuming maybe they are, or if they're just like cool random recolors. Sure, okay. So going over to the back of the packaging, that is what you can, oh no, that's the wrong one, I'm sorry, ugh. Ugh. Okay, going over to this part, and then we'll get to the back of the packaging. Yeah, again, does look nice. The bay, which a little bit of a better look at. Cool, nice. Not really yellow, more like an orangish, yellow-orangish recolor. Really leaning toward more orange. More than I just say it. It does have nice sparkles on it. We did actually see this in the New York Toy Fair. Oh, we went there back in February. And it was cool to see. There it is. There you go. If you want to see stats for it and everything, you know. There you go. And, yeah. It's cool. Alright, next up, because I kind of spoiled this one. We then after have, what is this, Fang Dragoon. And I believe it has, is it Jackie Slingshot? Or... So these are the pictures of the parts there. And I'll get to the actual base. So, Fang Dragoon. Looks cool. I don't know how much they modified the shapes of the old gym bays. I know one of them has the modified shape. I don't remember which one. I think it was the Dragoons. I don't know if they modified Dracil. Did they modify Dracil? Never mind. Again, white recolor. More like a transparent pearl, actually. I don't know why I'm saying white. It's not pure white. The other one was white. You get the idea. You get the idea. Cool. Back to the packaging there. Alright, so now let's go over some things I am sure you are going to be a little bit excited to see. So this is actually for Keep Slingshock. Now I believe Keep Slingshock is actually on a Treptune recolor to my memory from the app updates we did a video on. And I know Power Slingshock is, I think, actually on the... I think it's on Driger Fang, the remake, and I think Prevail is on Woborg. Sorry, I just keep on saying the name like that. But, yeah, so when we go over the model of Keep, you're going to notice that it has these little tab things. So, I do not believe Keep Slingshock has the rubber on the thing. I'm pretty sure it's just be pure plastic Keep, which honestly, I don't even know how that's going to perform like a plastic Keep. I would assume probably just like massive. Probably like massive, unless the rubber is yellow. Unless there's there and the rubber's yellow. Did they even do a rubber Slingshock tip? I think it was Hunter Slingshock, which I mistakenly called Extreme Slingshock because it was like so bulky. But going over it, you can just see two little tabs pushing in and out. That's how Slingshock is. It will be interesting to actually see. A lot of people have been critical, saying, oh, okay, I don't like Hypersphere because the tips aren't that accurate. Okay, well, now you get the Slingshock, because a lot of people say Slingshock is better, quote-unquote. So, you get a Slingshock version of Keep. So, I don't know. Get excited, I guess? I'm actually curious to see how this is going to perform on Bushin Ishindra, and actually try it out in a Slingshock Stadium. A little bit weird, though, trying it out in a Slingshock Stadium after all this time. We're just going around... Just so you can see, again, huge thanks to Cypress for helping provide all this stuff. Just going over the model and everything. Looks a little bit flat there. Might just be in Slingshock mode. So this reminds me a lot of Wedge Slingshock. So the next one we actually have now is Power Slingshock. So Power, I believe, is on the Driger F remake. So as far as detail goes, it's pretty close to the actual Power. No, I don't see any actual tabs on the side here, so I'm assuming that little circle part there is a little twist thing. Now, as far as Power Slingshock is concerned, reminding me of when Geistfafnir Hasbro was released, I was very confused. I was like, okay, well, is Absorb Slingshock gonna have the spring gimmick? And Absorb Slingshock, well, it's heavily modified, does have the spring gimmick of the little bouncy thing, just a little bit difficult to do. Now, I don't know if Power Slingshock is going to still have that little spring gimmick. Most likely, considering if Absorb did, this will. If not, that'll be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure those still have the gimmick. Like, Absorb still had the gimmick on the thing with the Slingshock mode. I do wonder if it's going to work exactly like how Power worked. Like, to my memory, isn't it Power like when it presses down, it also holds together the spring or something of the bit? I'm not too sure. If someone wants to help out in the comment section, you know, I do appreciate it quite a bit. But that's just going over Power and Keep Slingshock. There's another one which we're going to go over. I'm just speeding through this right now, just to show the other parts. So I believe this right here should... Is this Driger F or is that Wallwork? No, Driger F. Just going over the shape of the thing. So if you want to see the slopes, as I'm getting to that point... So for Driger F, how the slopes should look on it and everything looks... Actually, not even that sure. Let me actually see how the layer looks. Let me actually get my Driger Fang right here. I don't think they did anything too crazy on it. Yeah, I don't think they really modified that much. It's not really hollowed out because it just has the exact tilt. Just expect... So for the old gen remix, just expected the exact same shape. Probably no modifications. And that's it. Like, I don't really see too much of an issue. I'm actually very excited to see that they're doing this. I should also mention this is also for some bays, and some bays it is, and some bays it isn't. Okay, just going over all the stuff. So I'm just going to go back to Keep. I might go maybe where we see like a better view. There we go. Alright, so just to end off with this, keep in mind, some bays are going to be Slingshock, and some bays aren't. They're going to be pushing Slingshock. They said this in the Toy Fair. They're going to keep on doing Slingshock. I don't think there's any plans right now for Switch Strike, as I'm sure people are wondering. But at the very least, for those that are wondering, it does seem if they're going to be pushing Slingshock, we at least get the closest that we can for these performance tips. The closest that we can get. So, take it or leave it, I guess. There should be a note, which wasn't it Draciel, Fortress, and Storm Pegasus or Hypersphere when we did our video, right? So, some remakes, they might push Hypersphere, but other remakes, they might push Slingshock. And this does make sense, in a way. Okay, you want the remakes? Okay, maybe some are going to be Slingshock, some are going to be Hypersphere. Keep that in mind. I'm just wondering where this is going to go. I do want to say something a little bit important, which I hope people understand this. Whenever the next app update happens, assuming it's like a normal app update, not like those small ones where it's just like a patch on the texture, right? It's going to be big. Without a doubt, it's going to be big. Because keep in mind, a lot of stuff that appears in the app doesn't appear until like a few months, or even longer. Because they have to have it in the app already. So COVID is affecting the production, whether we want to accept it or not, for both Hasbro and for TT. TT, we've seen it through like the lack of products that have been released this year. They've been very like sort of, what do you call it, conserved with what they've been releasing. And Hasbro the same. Like, it does suck. It is what it is, so please keep that in mind. I do think, hopefully, if everything turns out, I think next year we should get good stuff. I think next year we should get good stuff. No, 2021 I think is where it's going to be right now, because we got to get through this whole year and everything. I think we're going to go through a good transition for Hasbro and TT in general. As far as other news is concerned, I do find it funny that some people would like to claim for some reason that I get my news only from one place. Well, I hope all the hooligans who said that watch this video and get angry at it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's crazy though. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Have an awesome and amazing day. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer it. Keep in mind that I know as much as you do, and it's really true. Please. Anyways, check out my other Rise videos. I'm excited to see where this stuff is going, and thank you for watching.